What's up, guys? Welcome back to our channel. Today we're gonna be making chicken. I have chocolate with me and also my dad.
Alright guys, this is chicken in a bag. So this is 5 pounds and today we'll be making curry chicken.
If you like curry chicken, subscribe down below. Hi!
Alright guys, as my daughter said, we'll be making curry chicken today. Think of this Jamaican style. Alright, so first thing you do once you're dealing with any meat is to wash it properly. So what I did here, I washed it in vinegar and the lime juice. I removed all the skin, and once you put that in the vinegar and the lime juice, then all the slime from the chicken just lifts off into the water. Don't matter if the bag say ready to use, always wash your meat before you prepare it. Alright, so here I'm cutting this up fine because you don't have to cut yours this small. I cut it small because my kids like it when it's kind of cooked out a little bit, and they like to see the little shreds instead of the big pieces of chicken in the curry. So I would recommend you cut it a little bigger, or cut it just to your liking. Right, it doesn't have to be this small. Right, so the first thing is to cut your meat. Right, have your season of your choice. Most people like fresh season, like onion, scallion, thyme, peppers. You definitely need some pepper, either the green Scotch bonnet pepper or the whatever hot pepper you can find to put in it. So this is, I had a bag of 5 pounds. I took out 3 pounds out of it, so this is 3 pounds. This is a lot for just me and the kids and my mom. This is gonna serve us for like 3 days, right? So this is a lot of chicken. So you cut this up and then you wash it again, right? So today I'm using onion, scallion, and powder seasoning. So most people like to use their Mrs. Dash or whatever you can find. Just use some season, flavor it. This has to have flavor. If there's no flavor, it makes no sense. And there I go again, that hot pepper. I didn't put all the pepper in it because my kids, this is Jamaican pepper. This is crazy hot pepper, right? So you gotta prepare your meat to taste. And salt, you definitely need to have salt, right? So alright guys, now I have everything cut up. The chicken is nicely diced. I put this seasoning in it. There's onion, scallion, thyme, hot pepper, and now you put in whatever season that you have of choice, right? So salt is, it depends on what you want, but my kids like a lot of salt. If there's no salt, there's no flavor. My daughter like to say, "Dad, there's no flavor, this needs salt." So for us, we use a lot of salt. Not salt to kill us, but it has to have the taste of salt in it. Alright, and my rule is for each pound of chicken, you put a tablespoon of curry powder in it. So that's a general measurement that I'm telling you. So once I put those curry and stuff, I just mix it around a little bit, just to get everything even. You don't have to use your hands because curry stains a lot, and once that thing gets under your fingernail, it's gonna be hard to get it out. So I usually just use a spoon from here on, or a fork, to stir everything in. Once I stir once I season my meat, it's advisable to put it down for 30 minutes at room temperature if you're gonna be cooking it right away, just to get the seasoning soaked into the meat. That way you get your meat tasting right through and through. If you're gonna cook it at a later time, you could put it in the fridge for a little bit, maybe like 2 hours or overnight, so to speak. But you gotta put it down for the season to soak in it. That way you get a nice tasty dish. Right, so I usually preheat my pot, like very hot, like high flame, preheat before pouring all the meat in the pot. Right now we stir everything just to sear it as best as possible, keeping the flame high. I usually leave this flame high for like the first 15 minutes, just constantly stirring. you put a little oil in the pot, of course, and with this, then you can, the chicken itself will spring a little bit of oil and water, so you want to keep your pot open as long as possible, like for the first 30 minutes, just to keep it open. That way the whatever water comes out of the chicken is lifted off in steam and not create a pool in your pot, because you don't want to have the chicken in a pool of water, because that's gonna happen if you cover the pot at this early stage. As you can see in mine, you see those bubbly, that's water that's generating from the chicken. So that is gonna happen, so don't be alarmed if you see the pot start putting water in it. Just stir it, keep it open for the first 15 minutes at high flame. Then after that, you can put it to medium flame, leave it open for a little bit again for the next 15 to 20 minutes. Right, so I usually do that. That way all the season and everything just comes together nicely. You can actually smell it at this point. It's making a lot of sound as if you're frying stuff and popping up, but this is where you know that you're doing it right. While the meat is cooking, I usually prepare a diced potato just to add inside of it. That way this can be melted into the pot, just so to thicken the gravy, because most people like to put flour in their gravy to get it thick. If you put something like this, the starch will thicken the gravy once everything comes to a boil. So always, guys, just remember constantly stirring over. Ensure that everything is kind of burn or brown or get that color evenly. Alright, because once it's there, you want to ensure that everything gets cooked. So you turn it around for a little bit. Then after everything looks and smells great, then you can add water to this pot and then cover this for the next 45 minutes. Occasionally stirring it just to ensure that everything goes right. And you also put this potato at this stage as well. So while the chicken is being cooked down, the potato is cooking as well, and all that starch is escaping in the mixture. So at the end of this, you end up with everything all tasty, all colorful, and smelling all great. And you'll have this nice consistency to your gravy. It won't be like a water gravy. It's gonna have a little thickness to it, thickness and flavor. That's what you need. So the chicken should be flavorful, the liquid, the gravy should be flavorful once you're done as well. So after about 45 minutes, I would try to after about 45 minutes, I usually add some beans to this mixture. After I've checked, because sometimes I taste it, I remove a small piece of meat and I taste it, ensure that it's cooked. At this point, then I add a bean of my choice, and in this case, it's Bush's bean. Could be like a broad white bean, not baked bean, because the baked bean is gonna mess up the flavor. So any white bean, and then cover it for another 15 minutes. At this time, the beans would have absorbed some of the flavor and everything gonna be all yummy. So after 15 minutes, you can check and see that the gravy is not water anymore. It's nice and thick from this on, and this is good gravy. Once you see this, then you know it's time to remove your pot from the flame and start serving up a platter. Alright, so this looks so yummy. You can see, so guys, this is great. The kids are gonna have so much fun eating this today. So try not to stir it too much and rip the beans like I'm doing here, because too much stir at this point will actually burst the beans and break everything up. And you don't want to break up the beans. You want to see the beans kind of solid when you're eating. Alright guys, so that's me doing the taste test there, and I know that this is great. So I've gone ahead and prepared white rice. Today we'll be serving this with white rice. And here am I scooping up some rice just to make it presentable. My daughter said this is rice mountain, so she liked to see it like this. And no, it's all good. You can serve this with any vegetable of your choice. My kids like corn, and this is corn. So this is your dish. Enjoy. Alright guys, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel, and see you in the next video.